We will split this tutorial in two parts. The first part will handle the parallel execution of Selenium test cases with C# and NUnit. And in the second part, we will configure the extend reports to work with parallel execution. I will start from refactoring the previous project, so please check my previous C# Selenium tutorials. But this method will work for a new project also. So what we have here is a test class which extends the test base, and we have two test cases. In test base we have a setup method where we create the driver, the extend report and some configuration. What else? A teardown method and this end test method where we check the test status and take a screenshot. Now let's create a centralized mechanism to initialize the WebDriver, and we will do this by implementing a WebDriver class. This will be responsible to create instances of WebDriver and to ensure that each thread receives its own instance of the WebDriver. We will define a WebDriver thread local. Then we will define a lock to ensure the synchronization. This is the getDriver method. Let's make sure that only one thread can enter at a time. Here check if the driver is null, and if it's null, create a driver instance, for example Chrome driver. And at the end return the driver instance. And we also need the quitDriver method, which will be called after the test has run. Let's use the WebDriver factory. In test base we will add two methods, getDriver and quitDriver. And now we can start refactoring this class, remove what is no longer needed and start using getDriver method. And of course in teardown use quitDriver. With NUnit by default no parallel execution takes place, so let's change this. To indicate that a test may run in parallel with other tests, including the tests at the same level, we'll use parallelizable attribute and parallel scope enum with value all. So that's it, we have finished the implementation for parallel run of Selenium test cases. But because we are also using extend reports, we have to adapt this also and make it work for parallel run. First, let's define an extend test dictionary, which for each thread will have an extend test associated. Also, we have to add more locks for the methods where this is missing. After we create an extend test, we have to make sure we will add it also in the extend map based on the current thread. This method will return the current extend test based on the current thread key. And in end reporting, we have to remove the extend test again based on the current thread. And finally, just replace the extend test call with get extend test and add the missing locks. Back to test base, start using the extend parallel running reporting. The same in the test class. Before running the test, we have to do one more thing, and that's it to set the level of parallelism. This attribute is optional. If it's not specified, any unit uses the processor count or 2, whichever is greater. The decision of how many cores to utilize for running the test depends on various factors such as resources or the nature of the tests. A common practice is to leave one core free for system processes and overall system stability. For example, if we have a 16-core processor, we would set this value to 15. And that's it. Rebuild solution, open Test Explorer and run the tests. As you can see, test cases are running. Let's check the test results. And everything is fine. We got a report with parallel execution of the two test cases. And as usual, thank you for your time and see you in the next one. Bye.